I'm visiting friends and family right now, so I'm not home. What are you doing? You, don't, don't, look at her. Don't you, don't you do it. Don't be hitting me. She is so violent. But you know what? I like her though. She about that life. She done found the tassels on my house dress. I'm gonna bust her behind. This is my daughter. Look at her. Reese. Her name is Reese's Cups. She has her own YouTube channel. Um, she's a mess. I'll put the link to her little antics in the description. But I'm gonna get you. What are you doing? Reese's. Reese. What are you chewing? Why are you chewing on that? Huh? Why are you chewing that? So she's an Egyptian mouth. Um, and I didn't even know what cats was. I'm like a dog person. I'm a puppy person, but I just fell in love with her. She's bad as all outdoors, but she's so precious, you know. Mm. Right? Say, I'm a star, mom. Look at how bad she is. Reese, look at her. Look at her hit me back. You don't hit. You hit my. You don't. Don't you. Don't you hit mommy. Don't you hit. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. She's mad. Um, what is she doing? Reese's, what are you what are you doing? Reese, what are you doing? What? You licking yourself? You taking a bath? So I don't know what she doing. She stays up under me. Um what? You taking a bath? What you doing? Mm. You looking at me? You looking at me? Would you stop? Get her chewing on me. What is wrong with you? I don't want to play with you. What is wrong with you? You be a good girl. Here, play with your tail. Chew your tail. What is wrong with you? She's doing something. Now she got her tail. She's like 8.5 weeks old, so she's just. Cats are super duper smart though. This is an informal video, so I know it's like I'm relaxing. I need to, because I'm not, I'm feeling really kind of blah, So, um, Reese, Reese, don't be trying to lick it now. You done bit me. Stop, 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 stop. Behave yourself. Behave yourself. You're so beautiful. You're beautiful. She's saying, yeah, I saw you. Look at her. That's my baby. That's not my stomach. Yes, it is. I've been eating good. Hi, mommy. Racy. Racy comes. Oh, no. Huh? You like? Huh? She is so precious. A few weeks ago, I started seeing cats in my dreams. And then I started seeing them on TV. And then I started to remember scribes from like a year or two ago. And one of them was I was in my building, and I went to go to the elevator, and when the elevator opened, there was a golden cat. And I remember saying, "Who do you belong to?" And the cat just looked at me like, pick it up. So I picked up the cat, and it was a golden cat. Um, Reese is what they call, she's an Egyptian Mao, right? And they're very rare, but she's a golden Egyptian Mao. So um, I saw her in a dream, and I also, before I knew about like tattoos when I was younger, me and one of my favorite baby cousins, we had a bucket list item. We went and got a kitty on our back. That was going to be our bucket list item. Well, um, when I held Reese one day, when right around after I went and got her, she was climbing up my neck because she keeps trying to chew on me. I have a cross, and a cross and angel wings. I was given angel wings and a cross. And my grandmother, I'm the only one, she gave me a name chain. And so this chain is like over 40 years old, I think. And this is onyx that I got from Montana. Montana has a lot of gems and stones and stuff there. The reason why I wear it when I saw it is because one of the first dreams that I had with Yeshua, and other instances where Yeshua had appeared to me, he always had me with onyx. And so when I saw it, I said, is that onyx? I said, "Hey," because she had like amethyst, they had like turquoise, they had like everything, and a lot. I think the stones, they all had biblical references from like the ephod, the different stones, what they meant as they are placed in the ephod. So in this particular, I think we got this from a store, and I remember saying, how much is that? And it wasn't. She gave me a really good discount on it, and I said, well, when Yeshua came and got me in a dream one time, he was doing my hair. Those of you probably saw this. This was like when I was first, like I think it was like 2015 or something like that. I wasn't even publishing videos. I was just making videos to support the blog, because I would just blog my dreams. And then I just started putting little videos just to accent them. I didn't even make them public. They were unlisted. The only way you knew about them was if you were at my blogs and you clicked on it, because the link was there. So in the dream, Jesus put me on an onyx wall, and I thought I was supposed to jump off the onyx wall to win, whatever the contest was or whatever. But Jesus went to the bottom of the wall to make sure I didn't jump. And he said, "You already climbed the wall. You're up here already. I put you up here." And I'm paraphrasing. He didn't. Then there was another instance when I had gotten to a boat or something like that. And these people, they were like partying and doing things, living, another type of lifestyle. And I was going to, you know, um, kind of, go with them. And then at the last second, I said, well, I'm not going to get in here. I'm not going to go, it doesn't feel right. Then I looked, and Jesus wasn't there, but I was looking for him through the whole dream because he had did my hair. And nobody else could do my hair like him. And there was a piece that was out, and Jesus had done it on purpose. And so at the end of the dream, Daddy's like, I go through these golden revolving doors, right? And on the outside, it's this limousine, and it's like a New York Avenue long. And the whole thing is like, it was like this black, shiny. And I look, and, it's the whole limousine was made of onyx stone, high polished onyx stone. And it almost had like a charcoaly black color. It was so, and it kind of had like sparkles in it too, like rainbow sparkles in the onyx. It was really amazing. And you know, Daddy rolls the window down, and he has like this cap on, and he's talking to me like this, and I was like, "You did my hair," and next thing you know, he lets me get inside, and he was like, "Remember when you was gonna jump off of the the onyx fall, I was going to catch you. He said, remember when you was going to go with those people? I had got a boat. I was going to come and get you. And he was like, you know why I left your hair out? He was like, he said, because I knew nobody else could do it. So when you needed to get your hair done, I knew you would come looking for me. And he was like, and I was like, oh my gosh. And he kept talking to me like this. He had the cap and everything, and I just looked and I just knew, and it was like, oh my god. And Daddy had a he had a windbreaker suit on, like it was like a black and white windbreaker suit. And he had a cap on. He was doing my hair, and I was like, this is amazing. So he purposely left one of my hairs, like we off, so that and no one else could do it. And I was looking for him so that he can fix it. And he said he did it on purpose. So it was amazing. So that's the story behind why I have the onyx, because and there was another time there was some, I guess they were like foreign soldiers on the beach, and Daddy had just showed me like sea glass breaking or whatever. But he this German shepherds was out and they were shooting and everything like that. And so Daddy had came out, he out of the water came this submarine, and it was a black onyx submarine. And I remember the soldiers were shooting. Do you think she's comfortable? um and when I got in, when I he came up out of the water in the submarine, and he was telling me, and it was some other man, it was a tall brown skinned man, and I couldn't see him. He was just in a peripheral view of this man. And we were told by the Daddy to come in, swim out to the submarine to get in with him. And he opened and nothing, and they began to shoot. And just as we was getting into the submarine, and the bullets were hitting the submarine, and they were just bouncing off like raindrops, no scratch, no nothing. And Daddy got in, and when we got inside, we went into like a cabin or what have you. And I remember that he was like, it was very warm lighting, and he was just like, y'all can rest and relax or what have you. And I remember there was pink Johnson and Johnson baby lotion on the bed, like that. It was like really weird. And like later on in the years, I was wondering if, like, when COVID came out and the vaccines came out and everything like that, I was wondering if Daddy was saying that, like, if people took the Johnson and Johnson one, that it would be okay. I don't know, but I did think that. And I'm not saying that you should, because Daddy did not tell me that, but I remember I was thinking that. So yeah, so that was like really amazing. So I had that opportunity to do that. So in the situation with seeing all of these cats and everything like that, and seeing them on TV and all that stuff like that, I just had a urgency to see about getting a cat. And I'm not a cat person. I've always like not trusted cats. I was like, yeah, they're sleepy. The one experience I had with a cat, one of my girlfriends had as a child. you know, the cat, when you came in the house, she used to tear your legs up, and she jumped at me one time, lunged at me off of the top of a refrigerator. She was, she had, how back in the day we would, it was like the thing to put all, like Jerry Seinfeld, we put all of our cereals on top of the refrigerator. And like, so she came from in between the cereal boxes and like jumped at me to pick her up and kiss on her and stuff like that. And I was like, oh my gosh, she scared me in the middle of the night. I was like, this cat just jumped from in between the cereal boxes for me to hold her. So, um, um, but I just never trust cats. I thought they were sneaky. And just, just did the most. Yeah, they do stuff like this. So, anywho, I got to the point, I was like, okay, so I know that I'm going to be away for a little while and everything like that. And I said, you know what, let me see if I would like a cat. And so next thing you know, I started seeing visions of like animal shelters all over the world getting influxes of animals because their owners were dying or their owners were sick. And some of the animals that I saw were having they I saw animals AIDS like parvo and feline AIDS. Like the animals were very very sick, and then the humans were getting animal diseases. And the Lord Ben told me that this was in 2000, the early part. This was before the shutdown. The Lord told me that this was a mutation, and people were going to be getting zoonotic diseases and viruses. It was I already knew that, and I've been put it on the internet and everything like that. So that's not surprising to hear it, to hear that happening now or to see it, because it's been up there for over 2 years or so. And on the internet, I posted it all over the place. I just, so and even recently, the CDC even made a couple of days ago, even said that they expect to see more humans getting zoonotic, diseases and afflictions and stuff like that. So prophets say it, it's like, who are we? We're crazy, right? CDC say it, and they wrong about everything, right? Wear 2 masks, you won't get it. Take this many shots, you won't get it. Okay, now take 5 boosters, and you won't. Come on now. So I'm going to take my chances with the prophet of the Lord. Okay, you do what you think is best, but I won't be blood on my hands. So I'm gonna tell you what God say. You can decide whether you want to do. The Bible say that you perish because you don't listen to His voice. I'm going to listen to His voice. Um, he must have told her to go to sleep. She goes. She might as well. I'm looking for the tranquilizer that shot her to make her go to sleep like that. I'm about to do that too. So long story short, I start, you know, being like led, like in a spirit, and I said, you know what? Let me see what I can do to help with, what I know is coming. Let me, so I started like researching and seeing, what shelters, like, is this a thing or whatever and everything, and it ends up being that it is a thing. And so, when I was talking to the lady about it, was just sharing, what I saw, and I was like, you know do you have any cats or anything? Is that something that you do? She was like, we are getting some, and um you know they have a big problem. There's nobody to watch them. We have an urgent need for fosters. And I was like, a foster? And I was like, I never thought about that. And I said, you know what? I want somebody to hug and kiss on and take care of. My babies are grown. And I just realized, oh my gosh, I'm a mommy, but I'm not like a mommy. And I was like, how can I help? And so I go to the animal aid and everything like that, and they go through the spiel and telling me what's going on and how serious it is. And then, like, I remember when I was still, right before I went, I remember I saw, it's like, the news on Hawaii, and Hawaii was like, they got like 155, like, intakes of like animals coming in, and all of them, or like a majority of them, had parvo. And parvo is like dog AIDS. Like, usually, like, you they die from that, like within days or whatever, and I remember I had, I've always been a dog person, so I had Great Danes, huge, beautiful, wonderful Great Danes. And my Great Dane had cut his foot, and he ran through somebody else's yard, and their dog evidently had parvo, and my Great Dane almost died, and they were preparing to put him down. And you can't tell me that I don't know my God. I went and I cried. That was the I had wanted that Great Dane since I was a little girl. I remember my cousins, they knew that I had it written down, that my dream, I wanted a big house. I wanted to be an accountant. I wanted to have one son. I wanted to be an accountant. I wanted to have a penthouse in New York. That was my dream. God is so funny. I had the complete opposite. I never wanted to be married. I always this is my thought pattern, that I wanted. I just look. This is just what it was. Okay, so I wanted um I wanted a man, but I only wanted him so that I could have a baby. And if I wanted to have another baby, then I would call him and we would have another baby. So my baby would have the same, my babies would have the same father. But he wasn't going to be allowed to live with me and my cousin, Korea, in our penthouse. It was going to be me, her, and she was going to have girls. I was going to have one boy. I was going to be like a top accountant in New York. We were going to have our pen. We had it all planned out. It was going to be me, her, and she was going to have girls. I was going to have my one boy. I was going to be rocking accountant. I forgot what she wanted to be, but we was like, ain't no man staying with us. Like my time, my grandmother raised us. It was like, we don't, no, you good for this. That's it. All right, don't come around. If we need somebody, we let you know. That's what we planned on doing. God is so funny. I had the complete opposite. I got full blown married before I was even adult. Three girls, um, big 4 bedroom, 3 bath house, yard, white picket fence, Wall Street. And I had my Great Dane. That's what I wanted. My big dog. And my cousin remembered his name from when I was a little girl. I said, when I grow up, I'm going to have my own house. I'm going to be an accountant. I'm going to be in a penthouse. And I'm going to have my one son. And if I do have another one, I'll just call the guy back and then we can have another one. But I'm going to have a big dog named Murray. His big dog named Murray. And I sure did. I got my Great Dane. And he was a big dog named Murray. He had to, I think it was like 224 pounds before he had got sick, and he went down to like 180 something pounds. He did catch parvo, and he never went up to what he was. He was still big, but he never went all the way back up to what he was. But that's what I had planned on doing. So here we are now. Complete opposite. I get led to do this. So I began to, you know, after I talked to the lady, I began to see her in my dreams. Like I saw her. And then this is so crazy. Um when I went to go get her, something really weird happened. Um I remember saying, what if she, I'm just being transparent, okay? Forgive me, all of you kitty lovers and puppy lovers. I was being really, really weird and I should not have said this, but I just want to be transparent. I was like, what if she's like one of those stray cats and it looks like um when the female cat fell in the water when Pepe Le Pew was chasing after her, and she was all cute till she fell in water and she started coughing and everything like that. And Pepe Le Pew, before she looked like that, he was like, "Come here, my love, I love you. Let's go to the Casbah." Mwah, mwah, mwah. Like he was doing all that. Then he saw her when she fell in that water, and she was all like coughing and scratchy looking. He was like, "Oh, who are you?" Like it was like I was like, "What if I get one of those?" I was like, "Oh my goodness," and I was trying to be oh, I'm sorry, be still. You scratching? You scratching? She was gorgeous. Um, um, so when I got there, I was so nervous about that. I was like, well, I'm gonna love it regardless. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna be a good foster mom, right? Because I said that's what I was gonna do. I was just gonna foster her until she got a home. Because all of these animals were being surrendered because there was nobody taking care of them, and people are dying. That's why the animal. And then I saw on the news, I saw all of this in the prophecy. I saw on the news, it says um, animal shelters across America are in crisis because there's no one to take care of them. And I said, you know what, I'm going to step up, I'm going to do this. And so I go get her. And when I see her, they just give her to me, and she was like half of this size, like a week and a half ago. Like she's just really, and anywho. So when I bring her back, I begin to see her in my dreams at night, and I was like, I saw her before. Now I got her. I'm seeing her now. So the most amazing dream that I had was um, she was looking at me before I went to sleep. And she has like this intense, like she knows how to mean mug. I think she's about that life. She'll lay hands on, she put some balls on you. She was looking at me though, and she just had this look like, and I just looked back at her like, and as she was doing that, I remember I fell asleep. But when I was asleep, I still was looking at her like I was. And she looked at me, and I kind of like read her mind, and she was like, "Turn on your belly. I'm going to lay on your back." And I was like, and she was like, "I've been sent. You know, you think that you came to get me, but God sent me for you." And I was looking at her, and I'm like, this thing's mouth is not moving. I'm like, and then she's telling me, "Turn on your back. I mean, turn on your stomach." Um, then she said something really weird. She was like, "This is all in the dream." She's like, "I came all the way from Egypt. I came all the way from Egypt. I'm gonna heal you. Came all the way from Egypt to heal you." So in the dream, I turned on my belly, and I could feel her come, and she just sat down on my back. And at the time, I didn't know what she was, or I don't know anything about cats. When you pick them up from the shelter, there's no, "Oh, it's this, or that." There's nothing on the paper identifying what it is. It just says kitten, um, the name that they gave her, which, they named her Neo. What is that? I called them immediately. I was like, who? No, she doesn't respond to that. And she looked really annoyed. She was like, she was not listening. I said, "Reese Cup." She was like, she know her name. And the reason why I call her Reese Cup is because her golden color is the color of the inside of a Reese Cup, the peanut butter. So I thought that was a cute name. So she says, "Turn on your belly." I turn on belly. And then I begin to feel like this vibration come off of her. And it went through my back, through my spine. I could feel it in my abdomen. And it came all the way up like like this vibration came all the way up to under here, even though I was on my belly. And when I woke up, she was there. That's exactly where she was when I woke up. Um, it was some other things that was. Look at her. She done turned over. Look how she just holds me. I just love her. She's a precious angel. When I got up, she's in my back, and she's doing this like this purr thing. You gotta forgive me because I don't have cats. I didn't know that they just do that 24/7. They just purr. I thought you had to do something and they purr for it. No, they just, and it's like this vibration that just, it's like, it's like this vibration. Like if you have like a massage machine or something like that, you know how when you go and they to the chiropractor and they put that thing on your back, it's like that, but it's like super, super, super light. You can just feel it. That's what she was sitting on my back doing, like in the dream. And when I woke up, she was there. And then I remember when I got up, I was like, my back didn't hurt. And a lot of people know that I have a situation with my back. It's a thing. So, and it's painful for me. Sometimes that I can't relax at night. Sometimes. It's been since I was in my young 20s. I just dealt with it or whatever. But when I got up, I was like, okay, it wasn't hurting like it normally is. It's like this tightness and everything. It wasn't there, and I was like, and I remember looking at her, and then she got up and she just looked at me, gave me that look again. I was like, "Did you do something to me?" And I was like, "This thing done been here before." I was making jokes like that. I was calling everybody. I was like, I said, "My back isn't hurting me." I said, then I told him what the cat did in the dream, and I said, "This is weird." So that made me go and look and see if cats do stuff to you when you sleep and stuff. So I went and I looked, and I come to find out that cats give off a frequency that heals you from injuries, heals your back. It can heal bones and joints and arthritis. And this thing that she laid on my back and did, it's a thing. It's you can Google it. I was like, this thing told me that she came. God sent her for me. I didn't go to help her. God sent her for me. And she came all the way from Egypt. So I go and I write cats from Egypt. That's when I find out what kind of cat this is. She is what they call, in other words, Pharaoh's cat. She comes from a royal line of cats. And it's called Egyptian Mao. Mao means sun. It's the cat's is an Egyptian sun. They used this cat's healing qualities is why they went into idolatry. They began to worship the cat because it was healing and would bring wealth and stuff like that. This was like God programmed this thing. But instead of worshiping God, they started worshiping the cat. This is why they began to worship these like animals and stuff like that. So let's take it like this. Let's just say that you have a vitamin C deficiency, right? And so you start taking orange juice or something like that, and then you start to realize the orange juice is reducing the deficiency. You're coming back to normalcy and everything. So instead of praising God that God actually provided you with the cure, you started worshiping oranges. That's what they did with the cat, as opposed to understanding that the thing, excuse me, Lord, the cat, they have some type of healing frequency in them. Like, seriously, Google it. Cats emit a frequency that heals. Then I hear, as I'm praying about this, that there's going to be people that are going to have AIDS and various sicknesses and illnesses, and they're going to be going to find cats because cats are going to emit a frequency to heal. Wow. Now, there's more that I heard and everything like that, but that's enough to make you say, let me go check this out. So, cats are going to be a thing. Not that they weren't before, but y'all know what happens when I say it. It's like all of a sudden it's all over the news. But I thought that was really amazing. God went to those extents to make sure that I got a cat that was sent from Egypt that tells me to lay on my belly and sits on my back and purrs on my back for at least 8 hours or so while I rested and slept and stayed there. And then when I got up, I could have did the hula hoop. I could have went and bought a hula hoop. I didn't have anything. That's like absolutely amazing. Yeah, God is absolutely amazing. So this is my little buttercup, and she heals. You would never think. So God is going to make or allow this animal crisis, and those of you that open your home to help tend to the crisis, you're actually receiving an instrument of healing directly into your care. I wonder how this is going to play out. Bless you, saints. That was a really cool kind of dream, revelation, vision to have, but it's definitely something I know many of you are now going to research. I'm going to get some rest and do what Snicklefritz is doing. She's gorgeous. Wouldn't you say? Reese's. That's my baby right there. God sent her all the way from Egypt.